Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another video. Before we get into it, I'd like to take a second to shout out my partnership with Instant Gaming. If you think you'd be interested in picking up some games for a significantly reduced price than other platforms, I'd highly recommend giving Instant Gaming a try. I'll have the affiliate link as well as the giveaway link down in the description for you guys to check out. So it's been a little while since we've discussed or released any gameplay content for 6 days in Fallujah, and part of that is due to the limited content within the game right now. And I have to say, even though the game really does have that unique procedural generation with the 3 locations or the 3 scenarios, it does get pretty repetitive after a while, especially when it's pretty much your main game and you're playing it rather frequently. Now, the game was released back in June and we're currently sitting at the end of August, and we haven't seen any news or any type of major content update for the game. I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, because what it sounds like is they are making promising progress on the game. Over on their Discord, they've just released an announcement regarding a patch that just came out a little bit ago, and they also talked a little bit about how they are currently on track for this quarter's major content updates, and they said they'd be releasing a preview within the coming weeks. Now, if you guys would like to join their Discord, I will put a link down below so you guys can get up to date on everything. But either way, the developers were courteous enough to provide us with an early access content roadmap not too long ago, and if I remember, this may have been available around the time the game was actually released into early access. They essentially set out their plans for content from to the end of this year to pretty much into half of next year. So this is what the developers for 6 days essentially have to offer through the end of 2023 into 2024. Now, they've promised us from July to September. They planned on releasing a small update, which is what we're currently in, is quarter 3. And they said that they want to introduce nighttime missions alongside other times of day. They also want to implement other weather varieties that will affect vision and operations. I don't know if this means they're going to be adding in things like storms or like sandstorms and stuff like that, but I'd be interested to see what this is going to be like. So maybe when they introduce the preview, we'll get a little bit of a preview as to what that looks like. In quarter 4 2023, October through December, they want to introduce the AI teammates, the single player AI, where essentially it's going to be very similar to the way SWAT 4 or Ready or Not is set up with the AI. So that's going to be really cool. They're also going to be planning on adding an additional co-op mission, which I'd be excited for that, obviously, and more systematic variables within mission simulations. I don't know exactly what this would be without going into detail. I would just assume we're going to have like different objectives and stuff like that. Now, right away, there's probably a lot of people already worried because we just jumped from quarter 3 to quarter 4, and between that time, even, I mean, let's be honest, the nighttime missions and other times of day and weather, like, that sounds cool, but I'll be honest, going that long without like a new map or anything is a little bit worrying. So hopefully they'll be, you know, a little bit quicker with releasing, I hate to say actual content, but some replayable content. You know, maybe we'll get it as early as October, which would be really nice instead of having to wait until the end of the year. But again, we would just have to see. Now, quarter 1 of 2024, January through March, they're looking to introduce the very first story campaign mission, which is awesome. They're going to be implementing civilians in co-op and campaign, and an additional co-op mission, and that's quarter 1 2024, January through March. We will get to see our first glance of the campaign. Going into quarter 2 2024, April through June, and beyond that, they state they want to add in special operator missions. I don't know if that's going to be like maybe Navy SEALs or something along the lines of some type of special military force. That would be really cool to have, like night vision type operations. I would love that. They're going to add the ability to play as other coalition nationalities, and finally adding the addition of additional co-op and story campaign missions. To be honest, there really isn't a lot to go off here in terms of detail, and I know we're kind of touching up on this again, but quarter 3 3 through quarter 4 of 2023. It's a little bit concerning to say the least, but either way, I don't know how large their development team is. I wouldn't assume it's too big of a development team. Again, these guys are the same people that have been working on this project for years before it finally came into early access. But nonetheless, it's good that they're keeping us up to date, and we'll have a preview that we can check out. So I'll probably do another video talking about that preview. Extremely excited to see what this game is going to offer in the near future. However, obviously, I'm always going to be skeptical, always going to have those doubts. There's a lot of early access titles that come out that show a lot of promise, and we get snail pace updates, which obviously, again, there's a downside and there's an upside to that. We need quality updates, but at the same time, we need something to keep us engaged. And a lot of people feel the same. Either way, there's a lot of really good stuff here. We will definitely be releasing another video when they do release that preview here in the next coming weeks. Either way though, that is going to be everything to go off of. Again, the 6 Days in Fallujah Discord will be down below. Make sure you guys check that out for updates. Either way, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video.